What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video of T-Town Media. And of course, we're going to be talking about some recruiting today. But as you guys can see here, for the first time on with us today, it's going to be one of my main men I talk to and collaborate with. We're talking about Coach Sean from JMHO Sports Talk. Appreciate you getting on here, brother.
Always, brother. Anytime you need me, you know I'm here. Much love to you. Much love to all our Wu-Tang clan of friends, man. Got to come on with my brother who has the best background in college football sports media.
Oh, I
Please.
appreciate it. And if you guys want to check out his channel and all everything he's doing, make sure to open up that description box below. All his information will be in there today. So with that being said, we got to talk about an upcoming running back I think is very special who got an Alabama offer a little while back, but I wanted to really highlight him because I feel like Alabama has officially became one of the favorites to grab him. I'm talking about 2027 four-star running back Quinterrius Gipson, or known as Moonie Gipson, to be honest with you. Standing at 5'10", 210 pounds, plays for Kell High School out of Kennesaw, Georgia, or Marietta, Georgia. But I want to give you guys some basic information, and we're going to pull up this huddle, and we're going to get Coach Sean's take on this cat. He currently holds offers from Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, Ole Miss, and a host of others. He recently just posted and said on 3, basically Alabama is a major contender for him and has now become a favorite to land at Alabama, according to On 3 and a host of other sites that I can sit here and name. But he has taken 3 official visits to Alabama, most notably November 15th against Oklahoma, unfortunately, in that loss. But you always want to see these kids getting on campus as much as humanly possible, especially if you want them committing. That's kind of what we're doing right now. So, all right, Coach Sean, let's go ahead and pull this up and dive into this huddle stuff. I'm going to let you give your breakdown as we watch this, and you can speak on the huddle as well before I accidentally start it. There we go. All right, let's jump into this. Like I said, he's known as Moonie. Yeah, as you guys can see here, almost 4,900 yards, 62 career touchdowns. Has a host Kennesaw records out there, by the way. But take it away, Coach Sean.
Man, when you look at this kid is exactly the type of running back Alabama needs. I don't think we have anybody like that on the roster right now. I think Daniel Hill will be that type of running back. This kid is a physical kid. When you look at his attributes, physicality. Look at his lower body. You know, this kid is a powerful runner, man. Very, very strong, a downhill kid, great lower body strength, well built. Love these kind of running backs that's in the 5'9", 5'10" range, over 200 pounds. This kid's run behind his pads. He definitely understands leverage. He understands angles. Not 10-4, 10-3, 100-meter dash burner, but definitely fast enough to pull away from you, man. This kid, what I liked about him, he understands blocking angles, forward lean, lots of inside zone, as you see. Look at the kid. Understands how to hit the sideline, understands how to pull away, understands blocking angles, man. Forward lean, lots of interior runs from his offense, a north and south running back. But when you look at him, his football IQ, man, definitely understand how to get behind these guys. These guys run a lot of pinning and pulling. And definitely understands how to, when they pull from the backside to the front side, the formation, this kid understands how to get behind the tackle and leverage himself off of the blocking angle. And he got a mean, nasty stiff arm, as you just said. I think this is another one. Yeah. Bam. So kid is definitely well versed in playing running back. Kid understand how to get skinny in traffic. Go. There it is. You know, put his foot in the ground. Not super duper, like I said, 10-3, but he don't need to be it. You got to have a back like this on your roster. Reminds me a lot of Brian Robinson when you look at his high school tape. Very, very physical back. The kids don't like to tackle, punishing back, but do have enough speed to leave you in the dust. Look at this. Look at this. He sees where his blockers is. Definitely understand angles, man. Good vision, good cutback vision. Football IQ, as we call it. A lot of SAQ, speed, agility, quickness. Just enough for back his size is very, 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 very. That's a very good thing, man. You want to have backs with good size and good speed, great instincts. You know, good look right here. See you. Yeah, good size on this guy, but can't pull away from you, man. Love that about this kid. Great instincts, man. You see these guys run 11 and 12 personnel. Look, learn how to get skinny. Runs to grass, as we call it. Loves to run the grass. I love backs like that. Love physical backs like that, man. You know what I mean? We got to have guys like this on the roster. You don't need scat backs all the time on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Kid runs the grass. You understand the blocking angles. You love kids like this, man. Runs through constant tackles. Very, very strong with his leg drive, man. These guys run a lot of inside outside zone. They ran some duo. Kid definitely understands. Got excellent at reading blocks. Front side to back side duo. Love that, man. Duo combos. Let's see what we got right here. Get upfield. Get skinny. Get in there.
Footwork.
See, that's where you got to have backs to understand blocking angles. A lot of backs you would believe don't understand blocking angles. It's not just get the ball and go. All these blocks are being set up. You got to understand reading blocks. You got to understand running angles. As you see the first person, do not bring this kid down. Very powerful leg drive. Counter action. Get upfield. A lot of pinning and pulling going on. Understand blocking angles. Arm tackles is not going to do it with this kid on the grass. Look, stiff arm. Get out of my way. Love that. Get off me. Get off me. You got to have kids like this on your roster, man. You got to have kids that don't mind taking a little punishment, don't mind giving a little bit of it. Look at this kid. Definitely runs the grass, understands, just not a barreler. Kid understands blocking angles. You got to have a back with speed, agility, quickness, and understands blocking angles. Look at that. Get out of my way.
That those moves. Oh my god.
I get excited running with running backs, bro. Yeah, I just do. But I really like their offense, man. 11, 12 personnel, a lot of counteraction, a lot of zone. I didn't see him catch a lot of passes in these clips. I think I seen him catch like 2 or 3 screens.
Yeah.
Nothing really downhill, but that's just probably what their offense calls for. This kid obviously still got good hands, running the grass, physical, not afraid to give out some punishment. A lot of split back action too as well, pistol action, counter as we see right there. Got good foot speed to make a miss. You got to have backs like this on your roster, Jonathan. You got to have backs that can get you the tough yards. You got to have backs that will understand, we can't run away from every tackle. You know, you got to punish these guys, especially in the fourth quarter. Kid understands the sideline, good hands, north and south guy. You know, look, everything this kid is doing is what we need on our roster, man. A lot of breaking tackles. Name me one clip in this where you see they bring him down on the first tackle.
Yeah,
mean
it's very rare.
Mean stiff arm, man. I was very excited. Look at this kid, man, because I had saw this kid clips before, but I didn't know he was being recruited by Alabama.
No arm tackling. I mean,
run the grass, a very physical profile, man. Body type of Josh Jacobs, 5'10, 5'11, 5'10-ish, 200 pounds. Yep. Very similar body type to Josh Jacobs. I don't think he's quite as dynamic as Josh Jacobs, but a physical running back. We got to have guys with great ball security. You got to have guys that understand blocking, reading blocks. That, to me, that's almost more important than speed. You got to have guys that understand what a blocking scheme is. I think that's a lot of our problem right now. Even when our offensive line don't struggle and the blocking schemes calls for something, these guys seem to don't have the vision to attack the line of scrimmage. If the crease is there, we don't need hesitation. You got to attack the line of scrimmage with everything you have. Pass catching, blocking, quickness, power, strength. This kid has it all, man, and you got to have kids like this on your roster. If you look at how he's built, very, very, very powerful, low body, very, very big legs, big calves. Not a burner by any stretch of the imagination, but don't have to be. This kid is absolutely awesome. I think a physical guy like this would flourish in our inside zone scheme. He doesn't seem to have a lot of hesitation. Him, along with EJ Crow, these kids are built for inside zone, right? Built for it, man. Counteraction, inside zone, outside zone, anything that's breaking the interior of the defensive line, bro. We need these kind of guys. We need these kind of guys that's not afraid of punishment, not afraid of physicality. These guys that understand the fourth quarter is about them. The fourth quarter isn't about throwing around the yard 70 times. It's about line up, passy. You know what I mean? We got to line up and punish some people, man. People should not be so anxious to tackle you in the fourth quarter, right? B-Rob wasn't the most flashy running back, but I would like to ask everybody out there, who's the last 1,000-yard running back we've had at Alabama of late? Brian Robinson.
Yeah, you just named him. So
Brian Robinson wasn't flashy, but he would punish you, and he's still in the NFL right now. He would punish you. You got to have different types of backs on your rosters. You got to have the jump cutters. You got to have the guys that flourish off counteraction, and you got to have the guys that's not afraid to take inside zones and cut it up in there. You got to cut it up in there. Plant your foot in the ground and get your pass north and south. You got to have those guys on third and short, man. And I think this guy can be that back.
Yeah, no doubt. One thing I love about him is the mixture of him, EJ Crowell, and you look at the other backs that we are heavily recruiting right now. Ty Boom Phillips is another one. You know what I mean? He's not that style of running back. You know, in my opinion, when you look at Ty Phillips, you know what I mean? He's got some weight to gain, but he reminds me a lot of Kevin Riley. You know what I mean? He's going to be pass catching back for sure out of the backfield, in my opinion. And he can get skinny. He can definitely get north and south.
Yeah.
And he can punish you kind of like Riley does. Riley, as small as he may be compared to the other backs, he attacks the line of scrimmage and he tries to get skinny, like you say, all the time. And look, that's why I brought you on here, obviously, for everybody out there. You know, Coach Sean was a running back at Alabama A&M, so this guy really knows what he's talking about. So I try to do my best to get people on here that can describe this way better than I can and know way more than I do. But yeah, and you look at the combination of possibly – you bring him in with EJ Crowell, you know, or Xavier Crowell, and then you add in, we still have the big back in Daniel Hill. We still have Kevin Riley, right? So, and the mixture just seems to be there where we just have a little bit of everybody. Kind of like when we had Jahmyr Gibbs and those guys, you know what I mean? So, everybody talked about Jahmyr Gibbs needed the ball more. No, Jahmyr Gibbs probably should have got the ball more, but there was a good mixture of backs there also getting the ball. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because when I watched this film, as far as like finding the holes and running, he reminded me a lot of Najee Harris. Najee Harris wasn't exactly the quickest guy on the field, but he was patient, kind of found the hole and tried to work his way through it.
I used to get frustrated with Najee, if I'm being honest. No disrespect to Najee. Great back, great guy, great kid. I wasn't used to seeing backs. Najee just showed me that just because you 6'2", just because you 220, whatever, every big back don't run physical. I used to get frustrated with Najee because
he wasn't physical.
I wish Najee, with that body type, ran like Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
You know, Najee was more of a jukey. Najee to me is Dalvin Cook, just bigger. More jukey juke, want to jump you, want to, you know, he want to make you miss instead of lowering the shoulder and punishing the guy. Josh Jacobs was a punisher. This kid here, if you watch a lot of their formation, especially when they pinning and pulling, they'll bring the backside, left tackle and left guard, front side of the formation, and he'll get in right behind the left tackle. This kid understands on contact, you got on angle, we call it blocking angle, you got to plant your foot in the ground and make a decision where to go, depending on where the block is. And this kid is great at that. This kid is great at that. Watch his highlights. When they're bringing pinning and pulling, when they're bringing their left side tackle and left side guard, front side of the formation, and he gets in behind the tackle. We used to say, get in on his butt. When the tackle makes the block or the guard makes the block, depending on who he's behind, this kid understands the angle and he runs the grass, as we call it. So I'm very excited. This kid, I've been waiting on backs like this. We need backs that's physical. I think that's the difference right now in Georgia and us. We have great backs on the roster. Don't get it wrong, but we need some kids that look for that punishment. We need some kids in the fourth quarter that is going to turn the inside zone into some major. You know, punish the defense. Make these guys not want to tackle you in the fourth quarter. Lean on the fact that they're fatigued, just like you. And I think these kind of guys, these kind of kids, like Quinterrius, these kids are the beginning of backs that we need to do just that.
There you go. It seems like there seems to be a small culture shift for everybody out there starting to pay attention with Kalen DeBoer and this staff. You're starting to see getting little slightly different players coming in to what came in under the last couple of years underneath Saban, not to knock anything against that, but it's just a different style, right? So in my personal opinion, I'm not saying one's better than the other. I just like one over the other. That's all there is to it. So obviously it's not a knock against none of the kids or anybody out there. But any last words before we get off here, Coach Sean?
Nah, man, I'm just excited. Man. Anytime we can talk running backs is a good day for me. I love having a plethora of these guys because, you know, everybody knows down and distance call for different things. And certain backs don't fit certain down and distances. So I'm excited to have kids like this. Hopefully the kid comes and dons the crimson and white and, you know, just ecstatic to watch this kid's tape and really ecstatic and fingers crossed that we get a kid of this talent.
There you go. So everybody out there watching, make sure to leave in the comments below what you guys think about this. If you haven't already, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hop on over to that description, or it should be the first one pinned as far as the comment goes. Check out Coach Sean, JMHO Sports Talk. So when do you have a plan next time you're going to do a live stream or no?
Yeah, me and Brinsky's, we kind of go back and forth on which which when we do the post game show on, man, I'm about to crank the content back up, man. My daughter's a cheerleader here, and so it'd be real tough sometimes getting to do the content that I want to do. It seems like she keep daddy going back and forth, back and forth. So we hadn't talked about what we're gonna do the post game show for Oklahoma, but hopefully it'll be over there on my channel, man. Would love for everybody to tap in, man, talk ball, just have a good time, man, and shout out to all the Bama channels out there, man, that's doing Bama content.
There you go. So appreciate you getting on here. Obviously, appreciate everybody on there watching this. Make sure to leave in the comments below what you guys think about this. Like I already said, make sure to check out Coach Sean's channel. Other than that, everybody have a good day. And as always,
Roll down Tide.
Roll Tide.